So how will swagger change people's lives is what we're talking about today. How do you develop swagger?
Okay, well, first of all, swagger is not a switch that you flip. It is a journey, and it really is a lifelong journey. The process of unleashing your swagger is in identifying what those blockers are to swagger. And I've identified what the key blockers are. So I'll take you through my little model. I want you to imagine that you are sitting at the very core of this, the real you, the authentic you, the one that your friends from 10th grade know, that your family knows, not the fakey fronty persona one that maybe your work colleagues know or people know you in a professional capacity, but the real raw, unfiltered, uncensored you. Excuse me, that's the one that lives in the core. The challenge is that we are separated from the real world by all of these blockers. So stay with me, okay? So the outer layer that separates us from the world is persona. It's that need to put on that coat and that front, and it's that feeling that we need to show up a certain way in order to be accepted, and there's a way that we should walk and we should talk and we should dress and we should speak, and our vocabulary, our nomenclature, all of those things that make us feel like we're part of the tribe. So we have persona is the first thing that separates our swagger from the world. If we move the next layer in, we have ambition. Now, don't get me wrong, ambition is a great thing, but it can really get in the way of us releasing who we are into the world, because ambition kind of dictates that you're always looking up. You're looking up to the next rung of the ladder. You're very focused up here. And when you're very focused up here, you tend to not focus inwards to the sides, and most importantly, down to the people who are following you. Because you cannot be a leader in this life without followers and without the support of the people around you. That is super, super critical.
Mhm.
So I define positive ambition as being in your place of excellence. Doing a really freaking great job and being generous with your time and your energy and seeking to learn all of the time. But ambition in that pure focusing up form can really have you losing who you really are, and it reinforces persona. That's the thing, is
Mhm.
ambition reinforces persona. So we go one layer in, and now we have insecurity. Insecurity is all the what ifs. Well, what if I don't dress a certain way? What if I don't behave a certain way or show up a certain way?
Yep.
What's going to happen to me? How will people accept or not accept me? What are the ramifications going to be? The problem with with the insecurity is there's no answer to the what ifs. It's just a spin cycle that you go through. Insecurity has a spinning all the time because there are no answers to it. It's just this sensation, it's this feeling. So insecurity reinforces ambition, which reinforces persona. Next layer in is fear. Fear is the end of the what if. It's always, what if I don't do X, Y, or Z? Bad things are going to happen. We convince ourselves that the world is going to implode if we don't follow all of these rules and if we don't behave a certain way. And if, God forbid, we make a mistake. God forbid we're messy or human. We're so driven by what we imagine the ramifications to be. And 99.9% of the time, those fears are not realistic. They're just based on what the tapes are that play in our heads, what we imagine. So now you have fear, reinforcing insecurity, reinforcing ambition, reinforcing persona. Last layer in is pain. Pain is the castle gates. It's the scar tissue. It's the moat that separates you from the world, because pain is proof. Pain says, "Oh, I tried that once, did not go well. I'm not doing that again. I'm not a sucker." All of the things that those few times that fear did play out
Right.
and give you a little punch in the face, you remember that. You could have been in grade, in fourth grade and done your presentation on tree frogs, and somebody laughed at you because your fly was down or because you had a little booger in your nose, and that goes in and stays with you forever. So that memory of pain has long, long, long memory. That pain will keep you behaving. So pain reinforcing fear, reinforcing insecurity, reinforcing ambition, reinforcing persona. And where does the real us live? Behind pain, going, "Hello, I'm back here, trust me." And what lives back there with you are the drivers of swagger, which is your truth, your intention, and your self-belief. And poor little sweet you has to navigate through all of those blockers like it's an American Ninja freaking gauntlet in order to be seen and heard and validated and reinforced by the world. And every time you do get that validation or reinforcement, that message has to now penetrate its way back through all of those layers in order to fill you up. That's why it's so challenging. But the key is to recognize, where are you getting stuck? Which one of those blockers is throwing itself up time and time again? Because that's where you need to focus and go, oh, I get it. I am ridden with insecurity. And in my book, I have all kinds of tools to actively break that down and start to eradicate it. It is actually doable.
Yeah.
Right. But because we get paralyzed by these behaviors and we don't know how to change them, we really do get stuck and we get trapped. But there are ways to break through those blockers and to get that swagger out into the waiting world.
Yeah.
Trust me, I've seen it happen. I've worked with countless people. It really does work.
Exactly. Well, and one of the things that I've noticed is, well, I'll get through one block, and then a while later, I'll find that there's another block. And I have to
Absolutely.
work through that one. And
Yeah,
then,
they're all connected. Absolutely, they are all connected, right?
Yep.
One leads to the other, leads to the other for sure.
Yep. Cool. All right. Now, if you could only leave 3 things for this world, you live as long as you like, do whatever you want to do, you write your books, but everything is going with you, and you can only leave 3 things for people. What 3 things would you leave?
Well, I'm a big believer in legacy from a human perspective. I don't really care about material things. There's nothing physical I would leave behind. I think I would want to leave that message behind, that message that says who you are is good enough, and that you if you believe in yourself, if you truly believe in yourself, which is very possible, then you can share everything you are. For me, it's all about human connection and a legacy of good, doing good with who you are, being a positive contribution to the collective, and saying, did I make a difference in this world in some way? Did I make a difference to my kids? Did I make a difference to my husband? And have I filled them up with the stuff that they need to go out and continue to share that legacy of good? I really believe in that the mantra of if you're don't be part of the problem, be part of the solution, constantly looking for those opportunities to contribute, even on a small scale. Even if you only reach a few people in your life, did you fill them up with as much sort of good as you possibly could? That's my whole thing. I'm just all about love. I really am.
Yes. Awesome. Okay, great. And then where is the best place for the listeners to catch up with you?
Well, if you want to join the Swagger Collective, which is this sort of growing community of like-minded people, first of all, if you join the Swagger Collective, you get the first chapter of my book, and you also will get all kinds of little perks as we're leading up to launch. So you can do that at lesliem.com or swaggerthebook.com. You can follow me on every social platform in the world. I'm either at Leslie M on LinkedIn and Twitter, on Instagram and Facebook. I'm at Leslie M Speaks. I try and share little nuggets of swagger on a regular basis. And as I said, I'm trying to build this beautiful community, this collective of people who are either aspiring to discover their swagger, they're already on the journey, or the people who have found their swagger and are there to support all the rest of us as we travel through this journey.
Awesome. Okay. And there will be links to Leslie M in the show notes and all of her different areas. All right. Well, Leslie, I want to let you know once more how much I appreciate you being with me today. It has been a pleasure to get to know you and to hear your stories. Awesome work that you're doing. I really want to recognize you for that. And again, I want to thank you. So we will hopefully get together again soon.
Yes, please. This was lovely.
All right.